What comes to your mind when you hear the word Edinburgh? Perhaps you would think of Harry Potter. Or if you are more of a romantic person, you may remember Fahri from Ayat-Ayat Cinta. But for us, the word is always magical. As the city that is repetitively mentioned in the infamous masterpiece of J.K. Rowling, Edinburgh holds its own spell in its magnificent antique infrastructures and in its neoclassical buildings, castles, cathedrals, churches, or even mosques. Yes, you hear me right. There are several mosques located in different areas in Edinburgh. However, Central Mosque of Edinburgh, the heart of Muslim activities, is located just across the university. We can see from afar the big calligraphy of Allah written outside the mosque building. According to census in 2018, Edinburgh is home for approximately 18,000 Muslims from various places, though the majority hail is coming from Pakistan. With its diverse background, there are numerous Muslim communities based on their country of regions, interests, or even Sufi school. With increasingly potential market, you can see various Muslim businesses such as halal stores and restaurants. Halal meat and frozen food are also available in stores like Farm Foods. By joining visiting student program between UIII and Al Walid Center of University of Edinburgh, we are privileged to have the opportunity to observe some of the activities held by Muslim communities in Edinburgh. And we have managed to conduct some interviews with several interlocutors we met at different Muslim events. Our initial aim is to learn the attempt that is done by Muslim community to reflect peaceful Islam and how people outside the community see them. And to answer our curiosity, we met Daniel Julius. His master program's research focuses on Muslim communities in Edinburgh. Now he is part of Muslim Engagement and Development, or known as MEND.
So in Scotland, I would say that we're small but diverse in many ways. I'm not good at maths, but we're around 2% of the population. The population is 5 million, so a very small percentage. But there's a new census being published in the next year or so probably that number is going to be increased. We know many Muslims. Actually, we know that there's issues with regards to young Muslims in the West leaving Islam. It's a sad situation, but young Muslims, they're exposed to different ideas and they leave. But actually, many people are coming to Islam at the same time, so it balances the number, but I think the number increases. I think in England, the population's increased in the past 10 years by 50%, 44%. I imagine in Scotland it's similar. So we're a growing population. We're diverse in the sense of that there's different sects and in terms of people who practice in different ways. We're predominantly Indo-Pakistani demographic. If you look at the demographics, you see the vast majority in Scotland are from South Asian backgrounds. But because of the universities growing and definitely we do have a growing Indonesian population, and definitely from the Middle East in recent years, from the Syrian population, Afghan population. These groups which were small before but are growing now. We do definitely, there are in Edinburgh we have several mosques, maybe around 10 mosques. And they represent lots of different people. We're predominantly Sunni, but we have some Shia, and some people with more, practicing a more kind of Sufi style. And in the different madhabs are represented. We also have Tablighi Jamaat, Masjid. Some mosques are independent, some mosques are connected to different organizations. So it's diverse. It's definitely diverse. Yeah.
Oh, where's the mosque for the Shia?
It's down in Leith, which is near the north of Edinburgh.
Oh, so you have to take a train.
You can take the bus.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about 15 minutes probably.
To capture the bigger picture, we also had conversation with our non-Muslim friends to see how they see Islam and Muslim in Edinburgh. This is Mimi. She is a non-Muslim Chinese. We met her on an event held by Kibar, an Indonesian Muslim community branch in Edinburgh.
So have you heard about Islamophobia that happens around here?
Probably because I think there are many wars happening in the Middle East that is just because their religions are different.
Yeah.
I am not Islamophobia and I don't have friends that is Islamophobia. I think they are just against the war. They're not against Islam.
Sana is our Japanese Korean friend. We met her at a campus event for Arabic and Persian speaking countries. She shows interest on the complexity of Arabic language.
I love the word Assalamu alaikum, such a beautiful words to think about someone's peace.
This is her showing us her name written in Arabic after she attended calligraphy seminar.
Just taught like naturally. Well, like when I was in junior high, I think ISIS or like some extreme Islamic group kidnapped 2 Japanese journalists.
What was that called again?
ISIS?
Oh, IS. Okay.
Or maybe like I don't know which group was it.
Yeah.
But like 2 Japanese journalists was like kidnapped by some group, and then the video was spread like all over the world, and every day I watched the news about 2 journalists kidnapped as an extreme group, and then they were asking some ransom. A huge amount of ransom.
Okay.
And everyone was like, oh my gosh, these people are scary. That's kind of image that we have, like, oh my gosh. So like when people hear about Islam, like Arab, like Muslim, the reaction is gonna be like, oh my gosh, those people are quite scary. Like people having a religion, like very.
They generalize.
Don't have any knowledge about it.
Islam because
Exactly.
of that.
Well, I don't know. I could have been one of them. Probably, I think I had that kind of image before. Like, oh, these people could be scary. But I don't know. But that's kind of a big question. But I think learning about Islam definitely changed my, perspective.
Not only the existence of these communities helps Muslims to find a place to belong, these Muslim communities take action in introducing Islam to counter negative stigmas around by holding various events. We had the opportunity to attend one of the events held by MEND, called Islamophobia Awareness. This event took place in Central Mosque of Edinburgh, attended by Muslim local residents, officials, and religious leaders. This event aims to raise the issue of discriminative act that is experienced by Muslims in Edinburgh. Police deputy officers, activists, as well as leaders from another religious institutions stood up in this event and showed full support toward a more justice system.
And we got complaints that we were trying to radicalize their children. We had BMP literature sent in. We had EDL literature sent in. And it got me thinking, awareness is so important. We have to be educating against these kind of prejudices. But if parents can take their kids out of class, and if all they've got at home is the Daily Mail and the EDL and Nigel Farage, what chance have those children got to actually learn about other people and other cultures?
However, living as part of the other, it is almost impossible to live as Muslims in Edinburgh without the ability to adapt and to reformulate their understanding and their daily Islamic practices. We had conversation with several friends sharing their struggle in living as minority.
Jadi adaptasinya kayak bukan hanya sekadar adaptasi sebagai minoritas di negara mayoritas, tapi juga kayak waktu sholat pertama ya, karena waktu sholat di sini selalu berubah. Jadi pertama sampai sini sangat kaget sekali. Kalau soal makanan halal dan segala macam, kita mudah sekali menemukan kayak supermarket halal. Tapi yang lebih challenging adalah menyesuaikan tubuh kita, kebutuhan biologis kita dengan waktu sholat di sini yang setiap musimnya berubah. Contohnya biasanya di musim panas jarak waktu sholat dari satu waktu ke waktu yang lain dia lebih panjang, sementara di winter sekarang sangat singkat sekali, udah ngerasain sendiri kan. Jadi sebenarnya kayak penyesuaian itu selama setahun pun belum selesai, bahkan sampai sekarang masih kadang kayak winter habis ini harus sholat nih, dari jaraknya kayak sekarang ya, dari maghrib ke isya aja udah mepet-mepet. Jadi ya itu sih sebenarnya. Jadi adaptasi yang aku lakukan adalah kayak download aplikasi dari Atmos gitu, yang bisa membantu aku selalu nge-track waktu sholat. Terus habis itu berusaha untuk mencuri-curi waktu tidur ya biar bisa tetap keep up sama jadwal ibadah, sekalipun itu sangat tricky sekali.
I mean, I've only been here 2 months. I haven't felt anything personally, but in terms of what I see, coming from London, which is very multicultural and diverse, and you know where to find specific Muslim communities, here it's been a bit more difficult in terms of like seeing people who look like you, but or like when you're different, you stand out. I think in Edinburgh, not in the university area, but just generally in the city. I think university helps. Yeah, like university helps with not. But if I wasn't a student, I think I would.
With their position as minority, Muslim diaspora at least must overcome 2 things: their internal relationship with fellow Muslims and their relationship with non-Muslim society. We cannot leave this discussion without touching into our roots, can we? Kibar, short for Keluarga Islam Indonesia Britania Raya, or Indonesian Islam Family of United Kingdom, is one of Indonesian Muslim community which owns branches all over Britain, including Edinburgh. Being under one roof, Kibar in Edinburgh are connected to Kibar branches in other places. They held monthly meeting at different cities at each month, where the last meeting was held in Edinburgh. Fortunately, we had the chance to attend one of their event. The goal of the event is to guide Indonesian Muslim newcomers on halal products availability in Edinburgh.
Selamat siang semuanya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih udah meluangkan waktunya buat kumpul.
Kalau saya boleh bilang di sini Edinburgh ini termasuk yang cukup melimpah dari halalnya. Jadi di dekat masjid itu ada 3 atau 4 halal butcher ya.
Being far from the motherland, some of Indonesian Muslims choose to preserve religious tradition they hold in Indonesia. These scenes are footage of a Maulid event held by a special branch of Nahdlatul Ulama in UK Embassy when they came to visit London.
Ritual fungsinya adalah sebagai mengingatkan kita kepada Nabi.
Adapting, adjusting our ways to reposition ourselves. In such unfamiliar community, newcomers tend to blend in, to observe, and to learn new culture in order to feel a place within the society. But, is that enough? We cannot deny the already deep-rooted hatred and the so-called war of West versus Islam. Although there are many who have access to education, or conversations with the interlocutors have implicated the relatively bad stigma around Islam. We ask our fellow Indonesian Muslims how they represent peaceful Islam as way to negotiate their position.
Sebenarnya ada 2 kejadian yang menarik ya. Saya pernah membantu menjadi saksi mengislamkan seorang wanita kulit putih Skotlandia ya. Jadi beliau memutuskan, sebenarnya saya diajak untuk menjelaskan tentang Islam kepada beliau, dan akhirnya ketika beliau memutuskan untuk revert ya, saya yang menemani waktu itu kan kondisinya pandemik ya, jadi revertnya via online. Saya bilang masa online gitu, akhirnya saya ajak ke kantor saya, dia mengucapkan 2 kalimat syahadat dan saksinya itu hanya saya karena waktu itu pandemik, dan masya Allah itu kenangan yang berguna sekali gitu buat saya. Sama ada satu kalau suaminya lucu aja, kemarin waktu itu saya lagi nyebrang gitu ya, nyebrang di dekat sini di St. Patrick's Square, ada sampah gitu di tengah jalan gitu ya, dan saya menyingkirkan sampah itu, saya buang ke tempat sampah gitu loh, saya bisa nyebrang gitu. Tiba-tiba ada seorang brother gitu ya memperhatikan gitu, terus menyebutkan sebuah hadis gitu ya, hadis yang artinya seorang muslim yang sedekah itu termasuk menyingkirkan halangan di jalan gitu. Terus jadi kayak ngelamar gitu. Sempat dilamar, disangkanya masih single gitu. Saya ketawa aja waktu itu, oh saya sudah menikah gitu. Mungkin karena badan saya kecil ya. Jadi memang ada pengalaman itu di sini. Jadi mereka memang dari mana gitu, dari Malaysia, Indonesia, dari Indonesia. Jadi memang saya pikir pendapat mereka tentang Muslim Indonesia itu masih sangat positif.
It is especially hard for us as people with privilege living as the majority to understand the very concept of tolerance as we benefit from the existing system. It is with no doubt that this experience has taught us a lot of things. Living as a Muslim in Edinburgh has made us realize that being the top of the system is a privilege. While in Edinburgh we face problems we may never experience here as Muslims in Indonesia. Things such as struggling to find a proper place to perform or 5 times daily prayers. From our interviews, we can conclude that Muslims in Edinburgh negotiate their position by emphasizing the notion of peace to muffle existing stigmatization around Islam and to be accepted within the larger society.